Well, hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm in Krabi. So after living in Thailand for 3.5 years, finally made it here to Krabi. And yes, I came in the rainy season, which so far hasn't been a problem whatsoever. So as most of you know, I live in Chiang Mai. So I flew all the way from the top of Thailand all the way down here to Krabi. It cost $99 round trip US. So roughly around 3,000 baht, which is extremely cheap. Now, I've always heard that there was a mafia, a taxi mafia, when you got out of the airport and into Krabi. So I was kind of looking to see what was going to happen. So we go through the airport, and we get to the taxi part, and everyone was yelling taxi. I kind of figured that. So I avoided eye contact with everyone. I was going to pick somebody who wasn't screaming and yelling at me. So I did find someone who wasn't, but the lady that I was not looking at went over and started arguing with the lady I started talking to, saying that I was her customer. Anyway, be prepared for a little bit of a show when you get off the plane. So my wife and I left from the airport and took a taxi, obviously, all the way to Krabi, the beach area. It's about a 40-minute drive. It cost us 600 baht to get here. Now we're staying at a place called the Blue Bayou. It's not anything fancy. As a matter of fact, it's very unfancy, but the room is very clean and the air conditioner works and the bed was actually comfortable. So I would definitely recommend it if you are coming here and you're not wanting to spend a whole lot of money. So seeing all the pictures I've seen over the years of Krabi, I was expecting a lot. I kind of figured that a lot of the photos have been doctored up, but this place is actually beautiful. It really looks nice here. Now the day we're having today is probably the worst weather in the last 3 days that I've seen. Very windy, cloudy, overcast, but it's not too bad. Here, take a look around. So as you can see, it's a little bit stormy looking today. I mean, there's clouds. It's not raining or anything, but you can see that the waves are pretty intense. You're not going to see a whole lot of boats or people playing on the beach today just because of this kind of weather. But again, I've been here for 3 days and this is the worst it's been so far, so not bad whatsoever. So we did get on a longtail boat and go out. So I'm going to show you that footage here in a minute. So what is a longtail boat? The reason they call them longtail boats is because they got that prop that sticks way out from the end of the boat. And that engine, which doesn't look like your typical outboard engine, is because it's not. It's actually a car engine, just a car engine. They ripped it out of a car and put it on the back of this boat, and then put a long shaft on there with a propeller. So that's why they're called a longtail. But my wife and I took one of these out with a boat captain, and this is how pretty it was. So if you're wondering how much the boat captain or how much that whole thing costs for us to go out to the islands and all that good stuff, well, we paid 2,000 baht, but that was for a private boat, so you're not sharing it with other tourists. And were going to take us to 3 different islands. We only made it to 2. We didn't feel like going to the third one, so we went to 2 of them. It's basically, the whole thing's supposed to take about 4 hours. So for 4 hours, private tour here in Krabi, 2,000 baht. That's for the whole boat. I think the max you can fit in one of the boats, meaning on that price, is 4 people. So 4 of you can go out for 2,000 baht, hit 3 of the islands, and it'll be your own little group. And you can tell the guy when you want to leave each of the islands or whatever. But anyway, that wasn't bad at all. So one of the things I like about this area is that it's kind of low key. Now, this is not the busy time of the year, so you are going to avoid all of the tourists, at least a bunch of them, when you're here during the rainy season. So that makes everything nice and quiet. They got a lot of walking paths around here, so you can walk around and see everything that's going on here. Absolutely beautiful everywhere you look. The place is all that. I definitely think if you're coming to Thailand, if you're gonna see a couple of places, this one definitely needs to be on your list. Now, one of the funny things that's happened, I've always told you guys on the channel that if there's 4 of you that go to a restaurant, you will not get your food all served to you at the same time. One will come out in 5 minutes, the next one 20 minutes, and then the rest of you may get your food in 30 minutes. Well, something new happened here. So I went for breakfast, right? And I ordered a regular, they had an American breakfast, so I ordered that, and I asked, could I also have toast? So the way my toast came out first within like 5 minutes. So obviously they went by, pushed down the toaster, toasted it. They brought it to me, and I didn't get the rest of my food for another 20 minutes. So that was a new one. Haven't had them bring out just part of my order like that. I just had bread with nothing to do with it, just bread, forget the rest of my food. So that was something new. Coming here this time of year, I was worried about how bad it would be in the rainy season, but I'm telling you, we really have had decent weather here, and it's just what I thought. So it's the rainy season, means it doesn't rain every day. It just means, well, if you look at the forecast, it's gonna say rain every day, but it actually doesn't rain every day, just as I figured, just the way it is up north in Chiang Mai, where I'm from. This area gets a little bit of rain. It's been at nighttime, and then the rest of the day, during the daylight hours, it's been fantastic. So don't let the rainy season scare you off from coming here to Krabi. Now, the transportation around here, I've always said that the transportation is a little bit different, the public transportation, no matter what part of Thailand you're in. Well, here, they've got this thing, I forgot exactly what they call it, but it means 3-wheeler. So they got this little 3-wheeler thing, and I'm telling you, it's my new favorite mode of transportation. Extremely cheap. They took me from one beach to another beach. It was 100 baht. The other time my wife and I took it, it was 150 baht. Not that much at all. Fun to ride in, and even if it does start raining, which it didn't, but if it did, they actually have rain flaps on this thing. So just a motorcycle with a little sidecar on there, really cool. The other things they had looked like song towels, what we have up north in Chiang Mai, only smaller. So they were really, I didn't ride on one of those, so I can't tell you about any fares on that one, but those look like the main transportation public methods here in the Krabi area. Now, Kendall and I did see a lot of cool restaurants while we were here. We found one in particular that was overlooking the ocean that we really enjoyed eating at. So it was some unique dining experiences all over the place, and all Kendall and I kept saying is, do you know how much it would be if this restaurant was in the United States? It'd be a fortune. We probably couldn't even get in. These places are everywhere around here, and they're not very expensive. Yes, the prices are jacked up here versus other parts of Thailand just because this is the tourist area, but it's still not bad. You're gonna look at spending about $10 per person at some of the best restaurants around here. So again, you're not talking a whole lot of money. And I mean, you're in Krabi, you might as well spend a little when you're here. Now, they do have a night market. We checked it out, and we checked it out during the day, and we could see that it looked like it was gonna be a huge one. that was going to happen, at night, because it's the night market. It's not called the day market. So we looked at what it was going to look like, during the day, and then at night, totally transformed, and we found tourists coming out of the woodwork. So at night, you can go to this night market and buy souvenirs or other things, and there's lots of restaurants and lots to do. So just know that's something that you can do here at night if you're visiting here in Krabi. So would I suggest Krabi in the rainy season? Absolutely no problems whatsoever, because guess what? As soon as it's the perfect weather here, this place is going to be packed. I'm going to assume the prices may even be a little bit more, and this place is just going to be a nut house full of foreigners pouring in. So definitely keep this place on your radar if you're here during the rainy season, but just come here whenever you can, whenever you're visiting here in Thailand. So anyway, that's all I have for you in this episode. Thank you for watching. If you feel so inclined, buy us a coffee. We'd really appreciate it. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And until next time, Khap Kun Khap.